Hello everyone, Attack Power here with Game 1 of the Division 4 Finals of the Season 10 of League. Let's dive right in. Alrighty folks, so here we are, we're on Shchedrin, and on the left, in the blue, we have FudoYusei playing second Pancelos on Maverick Income. And on the right, in the red, we have Darth Jar Jar, also known as Zaggelito, on 122nd Infanterie on Maverick Income as well. So an interesting matchup here. Second Pancelos, a very strong division out of the new, is it still new? Yeah, the new Romanian DLC. Just all around strong, really doesn't have a lot of severe weaknesses, doesn't have great AT, but doesn't need it. It has an incredible tank tab, a mix of Hungarian light tanks and, you know, German heavier and medium armor. Your infantry tab is extremely efficient. It's not strong in that the infantry are super high quality, but you get a lot of bazookas, and a lot of the infantry are 20 points or 25 points, and they perform all like 25-point units. So they're very, very strong that way. You have the best AA piece in the game, the Nimrod, outside of like the super specialized ones in Toulon and stuff. And then you have really good, the 31M 149 mil artillery. I mean, it's just a great division. Really well-rounded. Kind of surprised it got through bans, to be honest with you. And on the other side here, 122nd Infantry. This is one of my favorite not strong divisions. And I'm using air quotes for the not strong part, because it's not that it's not good. Every division these days can be played in some capacity. But I just think this division actually can get a lot done. I'm not 100% sure it would be my choice against second Pancelos. But it does come with a nice suite of AT and stuff, so maybe that is the answer. He's not even bringing his third card of Shtugs. He's just got the Shtug 4 and a Shtug 3 in A and B. You know, all the Finnish infantry and such like usual. He's got both cards of the Pack 43, a whole bunch of 150 mil artillery, and a whole bunch of Focke-Wulf spam as always. One of the big issues of this division is just AA. Although it's good AA, it's just not numerous. Basically, Flakverling and SDK of Z7 1. So it's just something to be aware of when you play the division. Your AA can be heavily targeted, and you have to be very careful. But you do get a nice bit of 2K stuff. You get IG-33s and a Stu 42, which is not super common in Axis divisions. You usually kind of get one or the other. It's either like Grilla or Stu 42 or IG-33. So it's nice to see that in this division. And we are off here. So let's see what these guys are planning to do here. We see not a super aggressive push here at all from Fudo down south. He's got a lot going there, but he can, because a lot of his tanks and stuff are super cheap. His infantry is also super duper cheap. We have a JU-88 up north coming in here, and not super aggressive north here. I mean, he's going for this flag, but just with one unit. The others are deploying pretty far back. On the other side here, Jar Jar. We're just going to go with Jar Jar because that's what I'm going to keep seeing. Great name, by the way. Yeah, not doing anything super aggressive. I mean, he's a little bit more aggressive than Fudo is, but not much more. He's a lot more committed into this northern area, looking to hold his own flag and push off. If you can grab this northern hill, it is of course a massive advantage. Early Flakverling, that's a big commitment. 115 points right off the bat. That's 115 points of not front line troops you don't have. But there's a lot of you know, ME210s and BF109s in Pancelos, and you don't want them to run around freely. Double MG42 versus double MG34, and the Takampoya will definitely help swing this. Takampoya just super duper strong. It's going after the 75 mil in the back, which is also another really nice, super efficient unit. But that goes down really quick. Looks like Fudo is developing a more aggressive stance here in the town. Grenadiers not going to be able to hold off these Langschotter-Shock flamers here. They're just not that good. Jar Jar a little bit lightly deployed down here. The Lahi Torunta here should do quite well. I'm surprised, though, that Jar Jar did not bring in... Yeah, he didn't bring in the Latis at all. And Latis are incredible. And they're also even, like, good against, like, Terrans. They can definitely penetrate the side armor, and they might even be able to penetrate the front. I'm not even sure. Let's see. Let's check really quick here. 30. It's got 30. So it can't really pen the front, but let's be real. When you're in those town situations and stuff, you can definitely find a lot of side shots. Jar Jar taking back a 13-11 now from Fudo, who started out on the advantage. These Grenadiers overwhelming the motorized Lovesh here. Motorized Lovesh, a very good 20-point unit. I mean, it's 12 men, 11, excuse me. Quite chunky, double submachine gun, got an MG42. Hard to ask for more, honestly. Sturm Grenadiers, of course, very strong in this situation. They do a lot of damage to units out of cover. They're getting hit by a lot, though, here. Flammenwerfer trying to throw down more smoke. Turan 1, though, in position. The Takentarunta here, Panzerschreck, really kind of needs to get on target of this Turan 1 because that thing's just going to lay down fire. It's not an amazing HE tank, but it does fire quite quick, and of course it's an armored unit that can help hold the line. The Haitarunta here, not a great fight against these Motolovech. They don't have a heavy light machine gun. We do finally see more infantry pouring in here to the town. And Jar Jar does have the hill right here pretty well. Once he can force some of these troops off, he will have it. There is a Panther here, though, in a very odd spot. I do have to say this is a very strange spot. I'm not sure if his plan is to, you know, maybe shoot troops as they come over here, but although he's not even positioned for that, so not 100% sure what the plan is here. Flammenwerfer getting aggressive, going to get absolutely smacked and killed there. Now he's coming back. Sturmgrenadier could do quite well, but he's kind of out of position here. P880, not so much, just rifles. Will not do super well. Down south, ME210 takes out the Lahitarunta here. But more infantry coming in. Sturmgrenadiers versus Motolovech. Sturmgrenadiers should win, I think. I would think. Sturmgrens can be disappointing. We talk about it pretty often. The MP44 is a very, like, sometimes awesome and sometimes not so awesome weapon. They do not do well when they're overwhelmed, just like most units do not. Still 13-11 though for Jar Jar, but he's kind of losing this hill now. Although none of these, I mean, the Arkazok here, of course, is CQC, so there is some CQC here. Motorized Lovich going to recapture this flag and get that off. Sturmgrenadier out of cover here, so that's not great. But they're still putting out a nice bit of fire here. MG34, they're going to force the the Grenadier out of this church tower pretty quick. Although it is hitting the 75 mil, which is not bad. Definitely want that dead. Pack. Oh, the pack is hitting the Lovesh here. Still 13-11. And we are on mirror income, of course, which means this is probably going to be a grind at the end of the day. Especially the Maverick mirror. Oh, I hate Maverick mirrors so much. This is my least favorite income mirror. It's just not a fun income mirror. I understand why it keeps happening, because, like, for a lot of people, responding to Maverick with Maverick is very, like, the best way to do it. I personally am not a fan at all. And if you guys enjoy this content, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting on Patreon. Thanks a bunch. Alright, bunch of reinforcements coming into that center hill here. Jar Jar trying to get back in there. We do see some Ju-88, another Flakverling coming in. Jar Jar not waiting to bring in that AA, which I don't disagree with. IG-33 on the hill here. This is a nice position. Problem is it can't do much against this Panther. Panther kind of a brick wall here. I mean, it's certainly not against 122nd. I mean, all he needs is his Pack 43, or even a Pack 40 will do it just fine. He's got Martyr 2s and B phase. That can do it. Basically everything in the AT tab can kill it. Although, of course, the Pack 40 and stuff is going to struggle a lot more than the Pack 43. MG34 was taken out. Well, no, it wasn't. It was forced back. These infantry in a nice spot here, although getting hit by the Motorized Lovesh here. Bombing strike did go quite well. Surprised he didn't send the Focke-Wulf after the Ju-88. But Lahitarunta getting back into this area here. IG-33 getting hit by the 75 mil, but that's not going to do enough damage. MG-42 as well, although the IG-33 missing very wide there. MG-42 finally gets out. IG-33 now getting hit by the Panther. That's not a good matchup. But Jar Jar continuing the pressure here. Keeping the screws here on Fudo. Ju-88 taking a lot of damage from this Flakverling. Did fly right over. I think it might go down. The Flakverling has had a lot of time on target, and down it goes. Nice kill there. You definitely want to kill off that Recon. Recon can be so valuable. It's just one of those things that I think newer players underappreciate often. They just don't see enough of the value in being able to know what your opponent's doing. Make sure you do bring in some Recon. Try not to leave that Recon tab NT. I mean, airplane Recon is not necessary, although it can be extremely effective. Takentarunta trying to push forward. It does get... Nope, it doesn't. Oh, it did get in range. Taking out the Turan 1. Nice kill there. Really nice kill there for Jar Jar. Focke-Wulf coming in here. Not going to get through that 40 mil, though. Good call in there by Fudo to prevent that. Double Tehran 1 getting hit by the Lahitanunta. Lahitanunta holding fire. It's on efficient shot, which means when this thing turned its armor, it no longer was efficient to shoot at it anymore. It didn't have a high enough penetration chance, and it stopped. Kind of awkward. Stug 4 versus the Panzer 3. Stug 4 should have an easy time with this. Did it get penned? Yeah, I think it did. Maybe an AP... No, it's out of APCR range. I wonder what hit it. Maybe this 75 mil was cutting in. But it does take out the Panzer 3 very nicely there. Jar Jar continuing on his single tick. Both the one-man Pioneer teams killing each other. Kind of awkward. Coming up soon to B phase. ME-210 getting forced off. Flakverling's in two good spots, so basically the only place he could realistically bomb is this little center channel here, and literally just right here in this center channel. Motorized Lovesh 44M, nice little unit here. It's got a worse machine gun, but it does get what is essentially a bazooka. It's not exactly like an American bazooka, but it is, you know, classified as such and functions very similarly. Pack 40 did get forced off the hill here. Surprised Jar Jar's not moving it back up already. 45 mil could go after this Tehran one, but the sight lines do not work out there. Both players using efficient shot. For those who are wondering what that little blue symbol there is, basically efficient shot means that a unit will not take a shot unless it has a certain penetration chance. You can alter the chance in your options menu. So say you want it to be at least 20%, you can change it to 20%, so they'll only shoot at things at 20%. Jar Jar really should have just put his unit on hold fire if he didn't really want it shooting at things. Another Pack 40 in now. IG-18 going after the Tehran 1. Oh, but the Pack 40 over here. Oh no, this one gets a shot on that Tehran 1. Nice kill there. Gives that IG-18 a better chance of actually killing those off with its heat shell. Tehran 1, though, finding the Takampoya, and that goes down. That's an unfortunate loss there for Jar Jar. Those Takampoya extremely strong. Here comes another Focke-Wulf up north, which is kind of odd since Jar Jar knows there's AA here, and this is the only place there's AA. Yeah, that was not the most heads-up play. There is now a Nimrod down here, though, as well. Nimrod being easily one of the strongest AA pieces in the game by a long shot. Just stupidly strong. It also just happens to have a heat shell that does 200 millimeters of penetration, 10 damage. This thing can shred through light tanks. It's kind of hilarious how good it is against lighter armor. And it technically can absolutely kill heavier armor if it gets lucky on that big shot. So we see another IG-33 coming in. The first one did go down. This one's going to smartly stay behind the Pack 40 this time. The sightline tool in this game really ticks me off. Because, again, it looks like he has total line of sight. Pack 40, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to move into line of sight here. I think it's actually going to move out of it. 75 mil, though, that's a different story. IG-33 trying to aim up. Pack 40 can't get a line on this Tehran 1. Tehran 1 can get a line on the STKFZ and actually lands a hit on the move. Don't see that often. Pack 40 still has its APCR on. That's unfortunate. Ooh, 75 mil gets wiped out by the IG-33. Flakverling does hold off that ME-210. Nice stop there. Tehran 1 does go down. It must have been damage for that APCR to kill it. And now that STKFZ-7 gonna get into a nice little position here. Oh, maybe not, actually. Just kidding. Hello, Panther. Bye-bye, STKFZ. But these infantry are forward enough forward that they'll still capture this flag. Jar Jar back to a 13-11 here. Fudo very weak in the center here, but Jar Jar does not know that. And we're now into B phase. We see a Pack 43 now coming in and a 150 mil. 149, though, in response. 149 is significantly better. It's a higher rate of fire. And the rate of fire on artillery is one of the huge stats that really matters. Panzer IV sneaking around the side here. Might get some cheeky shots on reinforcements, or maybe that Flakverling. That'd be huge. Pack 43 Krupp, though, coming in. ME-210 changing targets? Oh no, I guess he just wanted to fly it in. Nice call there by Fudo. Unfortunately, this Flakverling still in range is going to stop that, and this IG-33 will stay alive. Actually, ME-210 is going to go down to that Flakverling, almost definitely. I hate to say that because then I'm always wrong, but nope, there it goes. Another big loss there for Fudo. That's a big bomber. And he doesn't have many. He may only have one more. He only has two, so I don't remember if one of them died. Pack 40 trying to get on the reinforcement line. 149 is in a really aggressive position. The Pack 40 does pick up a kill, though, on the motorized Lovesh there. And now the 149 is going to just lay some fire right down on that Pack 40. Probably going to die in one shot. I wouldn't be shocked. I can't imagine the aiming ring is very big. Sturm Grenadier tries to get in range of that 75 mil and just can't manage. Stug 4, excuse me, not 40, takes out the Panzer 4, but the Pack 40 behind it going to probably finish the job. Down it goes. Focke-Wulf can't get past the Nimrod over here. And there it is. Yep, one shot, one kill. 150 being used to hit that. Well, I think he thought the Pack 40 was farther forward, but it is moving forward anyway, so just happens to be quite lucky there. Sturmgren's holding the line quite well. He's got another card in B phase, and now we should see the Suompuoiset, their really strong finish. They're essentially Yakari. For all intents and purposes, they're Yakari, which are, of course, some of the best CQC infantry in the game. Sturmgren's attempting at a Panzerfaust, I assume? Actually, I'm surprised the Panzer Force saw it, because it has terrible, sight. Light Durunta, though, have their TNT, and they will win this fight because of that. Tehran 1 goes down to the Pack 45. Nice little kill there. Not Pack 45, man. 45 mil. Messing up some words today. Pyrenees want to fall back and get into the woods so they don't fight at range. That's obviously not what they want to be doing. Pack 40 still moving into the artillery. I don't think he's noticed that he's doing that. 149. Where's that target now? Oh, going after the support guns here. Definitely in a lot of danger because it's just so close. Oh. Yeah, Jar Jar needs to fall back there if he wants that to survive, but it doesn't look like he's noticed. Pyrenees still, fighting outside of their ideal range. It's not great. Now, catching at the leader, that's not bad. That's a good thing. Pyrenees finally move forward so they can throw their grenade. So, good catch there by Jar Jar. His Pack 40 is now dead. He does have a Krupp on the hill, though, instead. Pyrenees do finish off the leader. That's a huge kill. Getting rid of that veterancy. Tehran 1, though, moving in. Suompuoiset is a great unit, but it has no AT. So this is dangerous. Now, a Molotov can potentially do some damage, but it's got to be weakened. BF-109 zipping in, hitting that Pyrenee with a nice little bombing strike. Does not kill it, but does a good bit of damage. A lot of reinforcements coming in here. Pack 43 coming in to block off any future reinforcements to this hill. BF-109 floats around a little unnecessarily and takes a faceful flak drilling for its trouble. Ooh, almost goes down there. Yeah, Suompuoiset getting totally crushed by this Tehran 1. I'm a little shocked at Jar Jar's choice to only bring in 2 cards of tanks. I mean, yeah, I don't know what he'd take out. I don't know what he'd take out for more, though. I just feel like the Stugs are pretty necessary against all these Tehrans and stuff. Like, you need something to respond to all this. See a little bit of an MG spam going on here. Just pushing up with MGs. Flakverling. Uh-oh. That's not what you want to be fighting the Tehran 1. Now, it can do a lot of damage, though. I mean, it puts it out. Do not question how much damage a Flakverling can do to anything. But unfortunately, between the machine gun and the gun, it's going to get pinned down. Although the Grenadier going for the Panzerfaust. Will he get in range in time? He does. Panzerfaust away, and Tehran 1 goes down. Nice little kill there by Jar Jar, saving his Flakverling. I might reposition that a little bit. Oh, the Pack 43 did kill the Panther. So Panther died. That's a huge kill there, but now the 149 is coming after it for blood and vengeance. Jar Jar would do well to fall that back immediately. Just look, 6 rounds a minute. Literally, it's almost twice. This is 4. 6 rounds is very fast for a gun of this caliber. I don't know if any other artillery piece in the game fires that fast when it is a 150mm caliber. Yes, I realize it's 149, but it's essentially 150. Panzer IV in a very dangerous spot, this Takin Tarunta, although it's right on the edge of the hill, so right now it's safe. Sturmgren getting double teamed again. Single team, again, great, but double team not so much. Reinforced coming in, and it looks like... Okay. I'm not sure what Jar Jar's plan here is. Maybe he's just going to push straight across. It's not a bad idea, although there's another Panther now in position. Stug 3, a little bit dangerous. The Pack 43, of course, kind of blocking out that area. Stug 3 needs to move forward so it can take out this Tehran 2. Well, the Focke-Wulfs are going to do a lot of damage here anyway. Nice bombing strike there. Does force us off, gets Jar Jar the flag back at the 1410. And this is getting a little dangerous for Fudo. In these mirror incomes, he's not going to have any opportunity to, like, get an advantage. Talking to Runta do not have grenades. I always think they do. It's, who does? It's the Infanterie de Cara out of the Romanians, so. Flammenwerfer, pretty weekend, so I doubt he'll do much here. We do see some Grenadiers coming in, although I'm surprised not Suapolosids. Oh, and the 150's finally doing some counter battery here. Ooh, a sneaky recon unit. Yeah, 2 arty guns in, but now we see another one. Will the counter battery be returned? It is not. It's going after the Krupp, and that's moving, though. And yeah, he is just making a straight push across the open ground here. Ballsy, I like it. I like it a lot. This Shchedrin 3, oh, he's running away. I understand why, any Panzerschreck, but, I mean, a Panzerschreck would only be here because he has his own infantry there, so a little odd. Grenadiers getting caught out in the open, definitely not ideal. PNAD goes down. I don't think it got its grenade off. Panzer IV now in position. Talking to Runta could absolutely kill this Panzer IV. I'm surprised he's running it away. Focke-Wulf does get through with its bomb, actually. But unfortunately, the motorized Lovesh already falling back. Flakverling move forward to stay out of line of sight of this Panzer IV. We do see some Suapolosids coming in, but they're a little late to the party. I should say a lot of late. This, oh my god, he needs to kill that with the Panzerschreck. He knows it's there. This is not like a God Vision thing where only I know. Off map. Ugh. It's 105, so it's not very good, but it's still going to pin it all down. Doesn't look like he's got anything to drive through, though. Maybe the Tron 2. He did grab this flag finally, which is pretty good. Ooh, Sturm Grenadiers taking a face full of MG34 fire. So they'll get to the building, but they're going to be really pinned down when they get there. Oh my. Ooh, IG-33 catching out some infantry. That pack and IG-33 combo being really dangerous. Jar Jar made an unsupported push here. He could have, again, just moved the Shchedrin 3 for it. There, finally, he's moving it forward. He can easily overwhelm this stuff. The thing is here, Jar Jar has cut off the reinforcement this way, and now he's cut off the reinforcement this way, which means this hill cannot be reinforced unless he literally takes the time to drive them straight up through here, which I think he did with this leader, unless that slipped through the defense here. Ooh, IG-33 finding the MG-34s. That's going to be big. Another 105 coming down. There's no point to this 105 if he's not going to follow it up immediately. He is following it up. It's just not immediate. Although the troops here are very weakened, so Jar Jar might be losing some stuff here. We're now into C phase, though. Both players now going to be choked on their income. Where are the 150s going? They're counter-battering. See who gets the lucky hit. ME-210 coming in for that pack. Is the Flakverling in position to stop it? I don't think it is. Oh, Suapolosids dies in the transport. Taken Torunta did not do what it needed to do and kill that Panzer IV. Oh, ME-210 does get its bombs off. Kills off the Pack 43. Big kill there. That means the Panther is now free to do what it would like. The Shchedrin 3s need to get closer immediately so they can kill the Panther. At range, they won't do well. At close range, they'll do just fine. ME-210 also gets away. IG-33 does not get a shot off on that MG-34. That would have been huge, but it's Shchedrin 3 now in position here. 149 taking a lot of damage. 150s are perfectly fine. Jar Jar making a bit of a mistake here, putting his artillery right next to these roads. Can be devastating. Fudo now in the 1311, though. Capturing the town flags and still holding his hill flag. Panther being forced off the hill just by the infantry alone. The Sturm Grenadier was kind of an odd choice, I'm not going to lie. This is very open. Focke-Wulf went in for a bombing strike and just runs away instead. I wouldn't say it's a bad choice. Double Shchedrin 4 in the town, though, is going to be tough to get by unless some of these bazookas can get on target, but a whole mess of Grenadiers coming in. Going in a little aggressively, though. Only one 44M bazooka unit, though, so you'll probably use one transport here. Unless, yeah, no, he's deploying really aggressively. Tron 2 goes down. Shchedrin 4 is a nice spot there. Jar Jar recapturing the hill flag and grabbing this one now. A lot of units coming in for this hill, though. Talking to Runta still not moving forward to kill this Panzer IV. I mean, it would be a pretty easy target. Shchedrin 3 taking a side shot. Ooh, not good. Although taking out whatever target was there. This Shchedrin 3 also took a pen. from the Tiger. Ooh, Tiger in now. And we do see the Pack 43 still on the edge of this hill here. It's not really in a great spot to totally cut off reinforcements, though. You might be able to still slip them by. MG34 being free to do it at once. Stug 3 finally moving forward. Just stop that. Artillery. I mean, neither player's lost any artillery. Jar Jar's the one actually really targeting the artillery with his counter battery. Although Fudo not looking very strong down south after capturing all that stuff. These off maps, they cost points. I mean, this is only 75 points, though. That's really not putting you too far behind. 149 is going after, I don't know, probably what was an IG-33 or something. I don't see one now, though. Tron 1 goes down to the Pack 43. One shot, nice and easy there. Plane goes down. One of the ME-410s, I would assume. 210s, I'd assume. The issue for Jar Jar here is he's actually kind of out of HE, long-range HE. I think all his IG-33s are dead other than this one here. Although he hasn't called in any Stu-42s, so I take that back. He's got Stu-42s to spare. He hasn't called in any. Grenadier does catch out the Arkazoks before they can get too close. That's pretty huge. Panther's still in a position here to kind of hold off this side of the town. Currently at 12-12. All this stuff just pushing right up. This is very ballsy. It's with his Pack 43, although I think he's depending on his artillery to do the job. This gun actually did get killed, so one of those arty guns down. Are the 150s? Yep, they're going after this 149. So all it's going to take is one good hit, and it's out. Pack 43. Oh! No, it misses. It's going to die. So big loss there, but Jar Jar pretty ahead on points right now. Shug 3 can easily kill this Tron, too, if he just move forward. Panther's going to be a bit of an issue. Another off-map. I think that's the third one out of this off-map car that appears to now be dead. Looks like it died. I don't know what he did, why he drove it to die. Because it was in a safe spot before, so I don't know why it would just suddenly die. But it looks like this time he actually has the troops ready to push forward after the attack. And there it goes. Here comes a Fokker with his Panzer IV living way longer than it should have. Let's see this thing come in. Oh, that's a nice looking plane. That is a cool looking plane. Oh, I can't get through. Getting forced off immediately by the 40 mil. Yeah, it's talking to it finally moving forward. There we go. My goodness gracious. Jar Jar has had this opportunity the entire game, to be honest with you. Mordorai's Lovesh, but none of them are the bazooka ones, so they're going to struggle. Shug 3 can't pen that Tiger. It certainly can, but it fails to this time. Gets another shot, misses, and the Tiger's probably going to finish it off here. Down it goes. Tiger's going to be a bit of an issue. The Pack 43, of course, a clean kill, but I don't know how many of those he has left. He's got another one here. He's lost at least 3. He should have a couple left, I think. These Grenadiers do not have AT, though. Pinned down from all that stuff. But the Stug 4 and the Pack 45 still in position here to stop this sort of situation. Pack 45, the 45 mil, though, goes down. One of the Tron ones is dead. Fudo making a big push here. He's now on a 13-11. There's plenty of time still. Battlely Fear goes down. Uh-oh. Mordorai's Lovesh, although they don't have a bazooka, they do have an AT grenade that works just fine. Tron 1's, though, going down in heaps. Another one down. Stug 4 in a nice position here. This one's a little dangerous. I understand why it's there. Just is dangerous. Stug 3 gets hit on the side. Oh, no, it gets grenaded. Ooh. Now the Tron 2, the top dog here. And all of a sudden, Fudo's on the offensive. This entire game kind of dominated by Jar Jar. And suddenly, Fudo looks like he's in a much stronger position. I'm not even sure when it happened. Suopos is in a bad spot here. They need to be in the woods. Talking to Runta, unfortunately, cannot take advantage of that position. He's had that whole game and dies. Ugh. It was like a tail I've been waiting for. And now the thing is, Fudo, if he's paying attention to his micro, can actually reinforce this hill just from this side because he now controls all this hill over here. Panzer IV finding the Stu 4 on the side there. SDK 7-1 in a very dangerous spot. Kind of odd he calls it in because he has the flak drilling here, so that feels... I understand he's trying to defend these, but at this point in the game, I feel like he needs his points for other things. Double Focke-Wulf coming in, going after the motorized Lovesh here. Yeah, it should kill that. Down it goes, so nice kill there. Flak drilling versus Panzer IV, not a great matchup. Group coming in. I hope he's... Oh my god, he's deploying it way too far forward. Needs to unload it. Okay, he is unloading it. The thing is, too, though, Fudo should be running low on infantry. He only has 57, so it's not like he's got infinity infantry to work with. While, on the other hand, Jar Jar's got 84, so infantry-wise, Jar Jar could be able to go a lot longer. Fudo on the 1311, though. I mean, I think at this point, if it stayed exactly the same, Jar Jar would lose if Fudo holds the flag advantage the rest of the game. Not by much, but he would lose. So Jar Jar needs to find a flag and stop the tick for a little bit. Another 105 off map coming in. Yeah, he would have a lot of these. He has 2 of them. Ju-88's gonna go down between the flak drilling and the SDK of Z71. Panzergren's with AT now. Although, unfortunately, the one without AT is the one that got close to the Tehran 1. Down that JU goes. 2 105s, both... Oh, no, this 149 is actually still alive. That's actually amazing. He needs to bring in ammo for his artillery, running low. And he needs to start using them again. That's the other thing. A blob of Tehran 2s. And this is the thing with 2nd Pancelos here, is that you can do this. Even in C phase, when you have no income, you can do this and have plenty of these in to a tick. And there's not many divisions that can bring in 2 tanks a tick in C phase. Tehran 2's going after the Shchedrin 4s. They're really going to struggle to pen, though. They can. They absolutely can. There's one. And down it goes. Yeah, just overwhelming numbers of these now. This flag up here, though, for Fudo. And now he's forcing Jar Jar out of this position as well. Really bad. And here comes the 149s for that group. 150's finally back online, although they're going after the 105s and not the 149. Well, the 149's not firing, so that would do it. These Gorings are really quite bad. They're like one of the least efficient and kind of crappy artillery guns in the game. And like every German division has them. The armor in the town is getting absolutely shredded by these piles of Tehran 2s. Gets a gun jam. That's a really lucky crit there. Takes it out. Can pin down those infantry. Yeah, the thing is, though, yeah, Jar Jar can just kind of overwhelm with all of his infantry. He's just got so many more. 150's applying some stress here. 105's getting close. 1311. Fudo's still on the tick here. Grenadiers find the Langschotterschock out of cover out here. So very lucky for them, because otherwise that flamer would have caused a lot of issue. A lot of infantry coming in. Here's the thing, too, with having plenty of 20-point infantry, is you can just pour them in at this point. Sturmgrenadier wipes out the Arkazoks, but gets pinned themselves and goes down. That flag finally flipping back to Fudo. And it looks like Jar Jar finally getting aggressive with his piles of infantry. A Shchedrin 3 and a Shchedrin 4 still in the town, giving him a pretty definitive armor advantage. One Goring taking some damage. I mean, Jar Jar has pushed himself back into this position here, which is pretty good. Tiger is still going to be an issue, along with the combo with the Pak 40 is definitely going to be a problem. I have to say, we've seen 122nd perform really well multiple times this season, which is cool to see. I feel like it's a somewhat underappreciated division. You don't hear it talked about very often in, like, the world of great divisions. Panther going in to get aggressive. Stug 3 is going to get the first shot off. Should pen, gets the penetration. Is this Stug damage? It's not. It's going to get the second shot off first. Will it land and kill that Panther? It does! What a kill! Oh, I think a little too aggressive there by Fudo. Stug 3s can, and Panzers can 100% kill, you know, Panthers at really close range like that. 150s are out of ammo. Does he have ammo in his deck? Yeah, he absolutely does. He's really got to spare the 40 points and get these back online. He's got to kill this artillery. Fudo has been using it pretty well, and if he leaves it, he's going to take a lot of damage. Back to a 12-12, though, and this is devastating for Fudo. He cannot lose the tick. He needs to keep single ticking. Ooh. Jar Jar being a little aggressive with his infantry. He is losing a lot in the transport. Oh my god, another pile of freaking Terrans again. And I have to imagine this is frustrating for Jar Jar, although he's getting a 13-11 again, having to continuously deal with just armies of these Terrans, and that's the rough thing about this division. And I know what you're saying under your breath, but attack power. First Lovash has a bajillion Terrans too, and nobody cares about that. The thing is, that's all they have. Second Pancelos has the mix of these light tanks along with medium Panzer IVs. I think they have Stugs, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere. Maybe not. Doesn't matter, they don't need it. And then they have heavy tanks too. They have Panthers and they have Tigers on top of them. Grenadier getting a little too aggressive and gonna get absolutely wiped out, losing that flag again. But again, all Jar Jar has to do is hold that 12-12. 105 coming in. Grenadiers now holding the line here, although they'll probably get pushed out. Again, I think one of the big issues for Fudo at this point is running out of infantry. I really do think that's going to become a major issue for him. Not sure how this Terran one's not getting shot. Oh, there we go. Boop. Surprised to see both players using efficient shot. I mean, efficient shot is good. There's nothing wrong with it. I just sometimes... The thing is, certain situations, like, you want your tanks to be shooting. And I feel like I would miss the micro too often, that then they wouldn't be shooting at all. Fusiliers getting hit up by those Lovesh. Krupp's still alive. IG-33 has survived just fine. I'm surprised he's not just dropping some fire on that. Double Stu 42 in. I'm really surprised when Jar Jar... And he is falling this back, which means he knows that there's no ammo on these artillery. So I'm really surprised he hasn't spared 40 points just to get some ammo in. Fudo back to a 13-11, though. All these Terrans just really rough to deal with. And the buff to the Terran a couple patches ago was huge. You used to kill them in one shot, and they were really not that good at that point, because they would just die right away. And then they buffed them so that they had higher health, and it takes 2 shots, like for most tanks, which made them significantly better. Because now you actually had time to react, they can actually fight for a little bit. It was huge. Really put Terrans back on the map in a major way. Still no ammo from Jar Jar. Getting a little sad about it. Nimrod will probably stop both these Focke-Wulfs just fine. Little surprised this is Jar Jar's response to the situation. Is bombing Terran 1s. There we go, Stug 3, and yeah, he can just move this out and like stop this whole like swing out. He might lose a Focke-Wulf here. I think he will. No, gets out. Nimrod's just so strong. Why you gotta be such a Nimrod, man? Always found this to be a weird name. For my not English viewers, Nimrod is usually like a word of calling someone stupid. If you're a Nimrod, you're an idiot. Panzer IV getting up on the Stug 3, takes that out. Nice kill there. Pack crew continues to just constantly be harassed by this artillery. It will go down eventually. One of these is going to get a hit. IG-18 fails to kill that 105 off-map car, but I think it already used up both its shots, so it doesn't really matter. Pack 40, though, 43 getting hit by the MG-34. That's really bad, actually. He's been desperately trying to keep these alive, and now he's letting it get hit by a bunch of machine guns. Is he, like, actually, like... Interesting. I'm surprised the MG-34s didn't shoot at this Grenadier at all. This is a little odd. Double Stu 42 coming forward. They do have 100 millimeters of penetration, right? Yep. And they insta-kill non-heavy tanks. Sturm Grenadier getting in, killing off a Terran, recapturing that flag. Jar Jar back to a 12-12. Saves that tick. Now the Stu 42 is finally getting involved. Grenadier has no chance in the woods. Boom, boom. It's gone. Pack 43, unlikely to hit. to be honest with you. With this high of stress, it's going to miss. Panzervort's going to take one shot. It's either going to kill it or resuppress it. Yep, and that'll be the end of the Pak 43. Oh, no, it's going to try again. Nope. Oh, one of these got a hit. Shtug 4 saving it from the town. What a huge save. Oh. Yeah. Wow, actually takes it out. That's rough for Fudo there. Shtug 3's taking on the Pak 40 and actually is winning that fight. Kind of shocking. Something must have happened that helped pin that down, because that's not usually winnable for the Shtug. Back to a 12-12. Pak 40 in position, though, now on the Shtug 42s. Yee! And they still got to turn and aim. Down one goes. Ugh, Jar Jar needs some recon. Now he lost it again. Oh, no. Shtug 42 finally getting on target. Something's helping. 45 mil saving him. Takes it out in one shot. Big kill there. Keeping that alive. Shtug 42 turning to get some heat shells on these Tehran 1s. Will it land? He does not. He's got some suppression on there. Pak 43 needs to get into position to help this problem. Fudo back to a 13-11. Oh, it's so close. There's still 10 minutes left. All right, I'll give him credit. This game has not been a painful Maverick grind, as it often is. Shtug 4 goes down to a Tehran 1 on frontal armor. Wow. That was extremely lucky. I think Fudo still wins if he holds the tick for the rest of the game. Shtug 42 can not get a heat shell on target. There we go. Pak 43 does take out one of them. Shtug 3 going down to the Nimrod. Like I said, these things just deadly everything. Tehran's dead. But Fudo's still on the 13-11. It's huge. And Jar Jar just refuses to, like, supply his artillery. It's making me a little upset. And I know I'm the last person to talk about artillery usage because I'm usually an idiot about it. I think Jar Jar is out of Shtugs. That's why he's calling him Martyr 2s instead, which are not good in the town against Tehran's. IG-33 now getting targeted. Pak 43 died finally to the artillery. Jar Jar's got to do something here. Fusilier's getting unloaded by the Panther. Surprised Fudo had the points to bring that in. Flak Rilling now going to go down. Uh-oh. Although I think all the Air Force is probably dead at this point. So not a huge deal. He's just spamming tanks. He's got 40 of them, so this could go on quite a while in terms of our tank spam. Still more infantry coming in. Again, I'm shocked. I kind of thought he'd be out of infantry at this point. And finally, you see a KEV OS getting in and actually tearing through these infantry on the hill. Fortunately, it does not do anything itself. Flammenwerfer trying to come in and take advantage of that to get that flag back. Shtug 42 versus Tiger, not great, but the Krupp against the Tiger, that's great. Tiger, oh, just missing that line of sight. Krupp misses the MG34. Unfortunate there for Jar Jar. Back to a 12-12. That's what Jar Jar needs. Needs that 12-12 badly. What did he capture? Oh, this flag here. Sturmgrenadier getting crushed by the Tehran 1s. He's got to be careful. This Panther's really cutting off his reinforcements. If Fudo moved this up a little bit, he'd cut off all the reinforcement roads. And Jar Jar in a lot of trouble in the town. Nimrod's going to stop these Focke-Wulfs just like it has every other time. Not sure if why Jar Jar thinks that this is going to be a different result this time. It's not. He's just going to lose a Focke-Wulf. Whoa! 2 Tehran 2s go down. Sturmgrenadier and Grenadier get some big kills there. He really needed that to thin out the horde a little. There it is! Oh, the last bullet! Oh, what an unfortunate thing. Krupp is out of ammo. ME-210 is getting forced off by the SDK of Z71. Might even go down. It's flying right over it. Oh no, Jar Jar needs to look. His this MG34 is absolutely tearing his Pak 43 apart. ME-210 goes down. Krupp gets a hit on the Tiger, gets a crew panic of all things. 8 minutes left here for Fudo. See, 45 mil cannon. I think he's out of Pak 43s. I have to imagine he is. For real now. Leader goes down. Grenadier pushing in this off map, though, going to be a bit of an issue. Shtug 3 could push forward. Pack 43 went down. That was not good for Jar Jar. His infantry barely holding the town, although the Lovesh going down, they're basically all the Terrans are dead. Oh, Jar Jar held off. And all of a sudden, Fudo looking very weak. His artillery out of ammunition. Oh, he actually brought ammo in, though. Jar Jar, boo. Grenadier is on a nice return fire here. Shtug 3, this is not a good fight for him. This is a bad choice. This is a very bad choice. Unless he gets a side shot here, this Shtug is going to die. No, it's not getting a side shot. It's on an efficient shot, which is why it's not shooting. Second this Motilovesh spots that Shtug 3, that Tiger's going to eat it up. Num 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 num. Tiger eats Shtug for lunch. Num 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 num. Shtug 3. Oh, Tiger does turn. No, no, just kidding. And Jar Jar thinks better of it. Tiger gets a shot off anyway. Gets a penetration. For Jar Jar. Bad choice. Bad choice. Artillery back online going after the IG-33. And he still refuses to bring in ammo. Oh, IG-32 takes a big hit there. There is nothing in the town. Jar Jar just doesn't know it. Of course, he has no way of knowing. 149 doing what it does. Fogwolf does actually get through and hits bombs. It's a nice little hit on the Tiger. The Shtug 3 can get one pen, it'll probably kill it. 6 minutes left there are so close. I don't know if Fudo wins if he grabs a flag at this point. I really don't. It would be darn close. What a game. What an exciting game 1 of this final. Grenadier, I imagine him just hiding in the corner of the house. Oh, now the Motilovish will discover them now. There's no getting out of it now. And that will give Fudo the flag he's looking for. Pack 40 getting on the hill. That's not a bad thing. Depending on how far he's going up really aggressively again. Jar Jar loves to deploy aggressively, it appears. Grenadier coming for his 45 mil, holding off this whole hullabaloo. Still 12-12 despite losing his flag, because now he's grabbed this. The Shtug 3 killed the off map. Oh! Pack 40 online. Another Takampoya of all things. Really? He never used the second one. That's incredible, because that unit's so strong I would usually people call it in right away. Tehran 1 goes down here to the Sturm Grenadier. So another Tehran dead. And now I think there's not enough time. Unless it's a full line collapse and he gets a double tick, I don't see Fudo getting there. And Fudo sees the writing on the wall and throws in the towel. 45 minutes, 15 seconds here. Jar Jar with 4,125 kills and Fudo with 4,070. Barely a difference here. Really, really tight. Just a fantastic game for these two players. That was really exciting and really well played by both players. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and consider supporting on Patreon. Thanks a bunch and have a fantastic day.